and whole family and has like 6 grandkids. It's like, yeah, I'll talk about my butthole right on a YouTube ad. Put it on every YouTube video. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, she got 20 grand for it or whatever, and she's able to pay her fucking hospital bills, and her family's all proud of her and thinks it's funny and shows everybody, and everybody thinks it's funny, and it's honestly like a great thing now. That's the world that we live in, which is like a weird and wild world. I don't blame people for selling their souls. It's a shame when they do it for so cheap. I don't blame people. I don't think people are evil for selling their souls. I think there's people that do it intentionally for the worst reasons, and I think those people are stupid. I think they're misled. I think they're completely misdirected. I think those people are dumb. I think that people that are that given to narcissism, that given to a sense of trying to control things, that given to trying to be that evil and shit like that, like, they're dumb. Like, you, like, that's not even like a sensible, like, I pity those people. Like, that's sad for them. Like, they're extremely not well. That's what a shame. But yeah, that's just the world that we live in general. And like, I get it. And ultimately, when it comes down to survival, like, I mean, I have a pretty strong sense of morality in of myself, but like, I don't believe in a natural morality, to be honest. I think that there is natural politics, and that's about it. And I think natural politics is mostly survival of the fittest. I think that it's all survival of the fittest. It's just dependent on how fittest is defined. And that's the world that we live in. I don't try to hold my morals to other people and stuff like that. And I don't think that anything's like innately evil. I think I mostly don't know and don't understand, and that a lot of things I could take some way, but who the fuck am I? And when I'm gone, like, it ain't gonna mean that shit. Like, it means something else. And I don't know, but yeah, I would say that people that are like, I think that just because that's the way that things are, that doesn't mean that like people should just be given to being the worst that they can possibly imagine. I think that like, just because carbon isn't necessarily evil or like innately bad, that just because carbon is just like, it's just nothing, and then it doesn't serve any purpose, and then it goes into a black hole and then is recreated into everything else. So like, ultimately everything is always good. But just because everything is always good, just because God exists, like, doesn't mean that there needs to be a devil. Like, that's what's so dumb. Like, I don't understand why the two do it. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's not how it works. That's how it works to people that are still caught in ego. That's how it works to people that are still dead in of themselves. That's to people who are still fearful, who still want something to fear. So I don't look at things that way. That's why I think Satanism is stupid, and that's why I think most witches are stupid. I myself, like, in my native blood, like, there are native traditions that like white man has considered witchcraft. And when I was growing up, like, I was learning native traditions and being told at school that those things were witchcraft. And it was like, okay, well, then I guess I'm a fucking witch, because these are the things that make sense to the core of my being. These are the things that enhance my experience. These are the things that make sense to me. So, it is what it is. And I've come to accept a lot of that stuff. But generally, all of the things I don't like, I've never read the Satanic Bible. I know the tenets of it, not by heart. I just know, I know the concepts. I've theologically and theoretically studied different religions, different thoughts. What is it called? Like Buddhism isn't a religion. It's like but it's a theology, like these different types of philosophies. And I've studied a lot of those different things. I understand a lot of those different things. And agree, like I said, like, I agree. I believe in religions. Like, I agree with those things. I think that those things serve a purpose for different people, and who the fuck am I to say? And like, honestly, everything I've ever learned has served me a purpose. So I don't think giving power to evil is going to help anything. So I try not to do that. Try not to demonize shit. I actually try very hard to like do the opposite of that. Like, I've had people do extremely monstrous things to me, and I have fought to ensure that I don't ever let them have the validation of being seen as a monster for it. Monstrous, yes, but not an actual monster. You're a human being that's a piece of shit human being. Like, you're not a good human being. You're a bad human being. I laugh. I just watched this movie called The Farm on YouTube. It's fucked up, but it's kind of like a horror movie based on the concept of like, well, to me at least, it's definitely based on the concept of like, if you were an animal on a farm, if you were a farm animal being used for your resources and what that would be like, but as a human, and like how